All right, here we have Unit 7, Lesson 3 homework. We're looking at number 1. This is kind of just an example to help us with number 1. So here are some equivalent ways of writing 10 to the 4th power. We have 10,000, which is that would be kind of the answer of 10 to the 4th. So if you multiplied and we did that on a calculator, that would be the answer. Then we have kind of a breakdown of if we kind of split apart 10 to the 4th, we would have 10 to the 1st. When there's no exponent there, it can be assumed there's a 1. Times 10 to the 3rd, and we know we can add the exponents, so that's how it would get 10 to the 4th. And then we have 10 squared squared. So when we have parentheses, when we have a power raised to another power, we can multiply those two, and that's how it equals 10 to the 4th. So then we have write as many expressions as you can that have the same value of 10 to the 6th. Okay, focus on using exponents and multiplication. So there's going to be many different answers for this. So you could initially write out, like you can write it out in expanded form. So you can write 6 tens. Okay, you can actually write what that is in the calculator. So if I were to calculate that, 10 raised to the 6th power, I would have this with 6 zeros. Okay, I can also break apart 10 to the 6th and just do 10 to some power times 10 to some power. So I don't know, 4 plus 2, so 10 to the 4th to 10 to the 2nd. I would just add those two exponents to get 10 to the 6th. You can do it a different way. You can do, 10 to the 1st times 10 to the 5th, because 1 plus 5 equals 10 to the 6th, so that would still be 10 to the 6th. You can use multiplication, so you can do a power to a power, so you can do 10 to the 2nd, and then you can cube that, because 2 times 3 equals 6, so that would equal 10 to the 6th. You can also kind of switch those. You can do 10 cubed, and then you can square that. Okay, same thing, because 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, there's many different ways. You might have gotten a couple more, but those are some basic ways, different ways to make 10 raised to the 6th power. Number 2, write each expression with a single exponent. Okay, I know that when there is a power raised to a power, when we have those parentheses, we're going to multiply those two numbers. So we keep the base and we multiply. So 10 is our base, and 3 times 2 is 6, so our exponent is 6. Okay, keep the base here, and then we have 4 times 5, which is 20. Okay, keep the base again, and then we have 8 times 3, which is 24. And then again, keep the base and do 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, fill in each box with an exponent that will make the equation true. So we have a ending point of 15. So we want to do, okay, what times 3 is going to give us 15? That would be 5. So we're looking for 10 to the 5th power here. Okay, we have an end result of 8. So we're thinking 4 times what number is going to give me 8? Well, 4 times 2. So that would be to the 2nd power. Actually, I don't need to write 10 to the 2nd. I would write just 2 to fill in that box. Right, and kind of a flashback to systems of equations just to keep on reviewing. We want to solve for x and y. I'm seeing y equals here, so that means I can substitute because I know a variable. So I'm just going to take 2x plus 8 and replace that y there by writing 2x plus 8 instead of y. Okay, now we only have x's left and we can solve. Okay, so I'm going to move the 2x over to the 3x so they can be together, which means I need to move the 11 over to the 8. To move 2x, it's positive, so I need to do minus. To move 11, it's positive, so I need to do subtraction, minus and minus. Okay, we no longer have 2x on the left side, but we will have 8 minus 11, that would be negative 3. And then 3 minus 2 is just a singular x, and we no longer have that 11. So x equals -3. Now all I need to do is pick one of these equations, substitute x for -3, and then we're good to go. So I'm going to pick this bottom equation, and wherever I see an x, I'm going to put -3 instead. And now I just get to solve. So 2 times -3 is -6. -6 plus 8 is going to be +2. And I will write my result as an ordered pair. There we go. All right, there is lesson 3, unit 7.